All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well. And peace and safety to the Akim that's around the four corners of the world, pushing out this truth, giving our diligence and putting our lives on the line to do so. This is brother Karas is out here with another lesson going in on the topic of enduring all things. Because when you come into this truth, you're going to be put through tough situations, whether it be financially, family, friends, the war within yourself, getting the demons off of yourself and purging, fasting, just becoming that new man. It's a process, but you got to endure, and make it to the end, as the scriptures say. So without further ado, I'm gonna just go in. And I'm gonna start off with the etymology of endure. And it's from the late 14th century, and it says to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking. And that's important. Because people tend to run away or flee when put in tough situations, and that's not a spirit that a man of the Lord should have. You want to fight and continue going, because you got to understand that the Lord, He doesn't put you through anything that you can't handle. So when you're in this low, and if you have a low spirit, pray to the Lord and ask Him to give you strength, man. Asking Him to give you a strong mind, and to endure and fight through the truth, man. That's why matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. It's 1 Timothy 2:10. I think it's 2 Timothy. Salaki. Yep. So this 2 Timothy 2:10. It says, "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake." So you're suffering and like the definition said, you're suffering or not breaking. It also says to continue in existence. So the scriptures speak about defeating death, man. And how do you do that? By enduring, man. Fighting through these temptations out here. The brothers here in the Atlanta camp did a beautiful lesson going in on the topic of basically not being wise and just moving without the spirit. Just sit down, man. Sit your ass down. That's another attribute to have in order to endure, man. Because situations arise where you're making an unwise decision, and Satan comes and you're lost, man. You lost. That's not. Then you won't be able to endure, man. You won't be still in existence. Like the definition says. And I'm going to reread this again. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2:10. It says, "Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Mashiach Yahweh Shah with eternal glory." It says, "For it is a faithful thing, saying, for if we be dead with Him, we shall also live with Him." So us being dead, we have no reason, to be mingled in with the world. So therefore we got to do the things that the Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah commanded us. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, and glorifying the name. Being brotherly with one another. Not treating brothers like a nigga that you just met, You know, being talking short to him. You know, answering him with 1 or 2 words. You know, that's things that cause you not to endure, man. You know, I believe it was Paul spoken in First Thessalonians, you know, about being brotherly. You know, all right, I'm gonna keep reading this verse 12. It says, "If we suffer, we shall also reign with him." You know, so if we suffer, you know, and having that patience, you know, because patience goes into long suffering. You know, we're gonna also be joint heirs with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah in the kingdom. You know, like and Ezra spoke about Yahweh Shah putting that crown upon the head. You know, roughly paraphrasing. You know, that goes to those men who suffered, who constantly endured, man. You know, it says, "For if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us." You know, so if you don't endure, you know, and suffer the things that the Lord has planned for you, you know, because actually it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing to be bought low and meek and humble. You know, that's what it's all about, man. The pride is that gateway demon, as the brothers always say, man. You know, so actually the Lord is bringing you low so to take away that pride that we all once had while we were in the world, man. You know, because the entire world, man, if you look around, is proud, man. Heathens and Israel, man. You know, they're proud. You know, but the Lord takes you, makes you low. You know, so you can be a man of the Lord, man. Yahweh Shah was even meek. He came riding on on the ass, man. You know, so like, let me see if I can find this scripture. So like, you bear with me 1 second. Uh, let me go to this. I found it. It's Matthew 11:28. It says, "Come unto me," Matthew 11:28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart." You know, so this is Yahweh Shah speaking, man. You know, he says he's meek and lowly in heart, man. You know, so what more of us, you know? We can't have that proud spirit, like, you don't have to do the work. You don't have to do your lessons every week. You know, you don't have to do this and that, because that's not enduring as what I'm going into, man. That's not being meek and lowly in heart, man. Because you think that you're better than the next man when we all in this fight, man. We all brothers are going through different situations, you know, to the point where your situation is not worse than his, but at the end of the day, brothers are fighting, man. You know, brothers are bills is behind. You know, brothers car notes is behind. You know, brothers rent may be late, but at the end of the day, they out there on the highways and byways speaking it. You know, and they out here pushing his word, man. You know, that's a sign of enduring and being meek and lowly in heart, man. You know, it says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls." You know, so if you keep, you know, fighting, you know, and bearing that burden, you know, you're gonna find rest, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is gonna give us rest, man. You know, it says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." You know, so Yahweh Shah said his yoke is easy, man. You know, and his burden is light, man. So be a man, you know, and fight and endure, man. You know, keep pushing. You know, I had another scripture. So like it. Yep, I got it. It's Job chapter 5. I'm gonna start at 17. Job 5:17. It says, "Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore despise not the chastening of the Almighty." And let's look into the word chastening. You know, it says, "Happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth." You know, so you're supposed to take this thing cheerfully. You know, and Sirach the second chapter, which I'm gonna get next. You know, and it says discipline, chastening, correction, discipline, correction, chastening. That's right. So, hey, happy is the man, you know, who takes that correction of the Most High, man. You know, the chastening of the Almighty, because that's a sign that He's dealing with you. That's a sign that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is dealing with you when situations just pop up back to back and you're handling it. You know, the Lord is going to give you that extra strength to push in His truth, man. You know, it says, verse 18, "For He maketh sore and bindeth up, and He woundeth and His hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee." It says, "In famine He shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword." So, hey, man, you fighting, you know, and doing all things for the elect's sake, you know, and you know, going through these tough times here in Babylon, the Lord is going to, like it says here in Job, He's going to deliver you from that sword, man. You know, what's that sword? That those missiles, the famine that's coming, the pestilence, the RFID microchip. The Lord is going to deliver you from all those things, man. You know, it says, verse 21, "Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh." That's cold, man, because you enduring, you know, and taking these tests cheerfully, the Lord is going to give you a way bigger reward, man. You're going to receive salvation, man. You're going to defeat death for going through these minor things here in Babylon, man. You can't even compare the two. You know, the Lord, it says, it's heavy. It says, "At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh," man. You know, because you endured this whole time, man. You were low and meek, man. You know, it says, it's like I lost my place. It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee." So, hey, man, you're gonna be one with nature, man. You know, you're gonna be one with the animals that's out here. The Lord may have it set up to where a bear or a lion or whatever may be protecting you, man. You know, all because you took correction. You know, you didn't turn your back on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and go back into the world, man. You know, and I'm gonna go ahead and I think that was it on that. Yeah, that was pretty much the point. I'm gonna end off with this in Sirach 2. It said 2, and I'm gonna just start at the top, and I'm gonna just read on down. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." So we knew before we even came into this thing that the Lord, you know, was going to try us, man. You know, through Satan, man. You know, it says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble." You know, it says, "Make thy heart aright." That word "heart" goes to la'ab, which means mind. You know, it says, "Set thy mind aright and constantly endure," man. Not just endure, but constantly, man, to the end. You know, to you being up on that chariot, man. You know, that's this the spirit that the Lord has coming, man. that the Lord wants you to be in. You know, fight constantly enduring, man, doing all things for the elect's sake. You know, forsaking your family, man. You know, forsaking your friends, forsaking your free time, your so-called free time here, man. You know, building up yourself, becoming that new man, purging off these demons, the demons that we have here in Babylon, man. You know, this the spirit that the Lord wants us to have, man. You know, so we can be those good virgins, man. You know, it says, and make not haste in the time of trouble. You know, because a lot of men, you know, already made haste in the time of trouble, man. They turned their back on this truth. We've seen plenty of examples, man. You know, I've been in this thing a very, very short time, but I've seen men turn their back on the truth, man. You know, that was pushing for a while, man. Some men were pushing for a while, some men weren't. But at the end of the day, they still turn their back on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. So those type of men not gonna be protected and laugh when at famine, man. They're gonna be a part of it, man. They may die because they haven't eaten anything in 2 weeks or a month. You know, they might just be skin and bones, man. You know, while the men of the Lord is gonna laugh at them because they turn their back on them, man. You know, it says, verse 3. I'm gonna end off it right here. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." You know, that's right. So we're cleaving, you know, and grabbing on, you know, to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. You know, and it's going to be a trickling down effect, because I believe it's in Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, how they're going to grab onto the skirt of him that is a Jew, roughly paraphrasing. So the people seeing the spirit that you have and you and how you've endured, you know, and you're going to be laughing at famine and pestilence. You know, you're going to have beasts protecting you. You know, just like how we got to cleave to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, these people are going to cleave unto us, man, because they see the spirit that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah has given us, man. You know,